This 80-year-old tortoise stunned keepers when she laid the most wonderful surprise. The giant tortoise's keepers simply couldn't believe their eyes. Had they really found what they thought they had done? If so, the astonishing discovery at the Swiss Zoo could have ramifications for her entire species, lasting for decades to come. Zurich Zoo in Switzerland is home to a special octogenarian, Negrita, the giant tortoise. She may be a Swiss resident now, but her story actually began a long time ago, even by human standards. At 10 years old, a twinkle in the eye of a tortoise, Negrita was sent to Zurich Zoo, and she's been there ever since. In fact, it was most likely the safest place for her. Negrita was originally a native of the Galapagos Islands that share their name with her species. The islands, which are situated in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Ecuador, were home to several other types of tortoise as well. From the 16th century onward, the tortoises' numbers were devastated by the encroachment of humans on their environment. One of the greatest threats to their lives were seafarers, who saw the reptiles as an easy meal. For example, rats and domesticated animals like pigs were introduced to the Galapagos Islands by sailors and merchants. These invasive species, consuming eggs and competing for food, proved disastrous to the tortoises. Indeed, according to a 1974 census, since their discovery, the numbers of Galapagos giant tortoises had dropped by almost 99%, leaving a little over 3,000 left alive. At one stage, the IUCN Red List even classed them as extinct in the wild. One of the key contributors to the continued survival of the Galapagos tortoise species has been Zurich Zoo. The zoo acts as a base for the conservation group Friends of the Galapagos Islands Association. Negrita has been an important part of the zoo's conservation effort, working to bring her species back from the edge of extinction. Her first experience of motherhood came some 4 decades after her arrival at the zoo. Tortoises are not known for their speed, and Negrita's species is no different. As a consequence of late sexual maturity, she laid her first batch of eggs in 1980, 34 years after she had arrived at the zoo. But not every attempt ended in failure. Negrita gave motherhood another shot in 1989, and this time her efforts proved to be successful. 2 of her babies hatched, which was not only great news for Negrita, but also for her species as a whole. Since then, Negrita has gone from strength to strength. Her babies lend weight to Zurich Zoo's reputation as the only zoo in Europe where Galapagos tortoises breed successfully. Negrita managed to bag herself a toy boy, a sprightly young thing, by tortoise standards anyway, called Jumbo. At 54, he's 26 years her junior, but that's nothing in the world of tortoises. And neither did Negrita's age change her capacity for mating. Comparatively, she's not even middle-aged. Robert Zing, the senior curator at Zurich Zoo, concurred. He told NBC News in 2016 that she's actually in the prime of her life and more than up to the task. Negrita is our oldest animal at the zoo, but she's probably in her best years to laying eggs, he said. Due to her species' vulnerability, though, the zoo gave Negrita a little helping hand with her eggs when she laid them last year. The eggs were carefully buried by Negrita, Zurich Zoo explained on its website. We excavated them again and placed them in an incubator for better control of the temperature. Thanks to the zoo's efforts, Negrita's hatching was once more successful. She became a mother again, and Jumbo became the proud father to an astonishing 9 little baby Galapagos tortoises. According to the New York Post, these children make Negrita a parent to a total of 91 babies. Zurich Zoo has held on to these latest offspring, which makes it home to 19 tortoises, parents not included. In the past, her young have been sent to over 24 other zoos in the interests of conservation. Zurich Zoo has made a significant contribution to the revival of the Galapagos tortoise, and their IUCN status has been changed from extinct in the wild to vulnerable as a result. Galapagos tortoises are amazing creatures, and it's wonderful that the future is looking brighter for their species. As for Negrita, she remains at Zurich Zoo with her younger man, Jumbo.